Good morning. After all what you can do for the subject you are here means to realize what is beyond concepts, to realize your true nature, let's say like that, is to know what it is not. That you can learn. To know what it is not. It's the only thing you can learn without compromise. And then naturally, at certain point, which can be just now also, it's an expression again, but you will keep quiet. Not that you make your mind quiet. You will just keep quiet not to follow your mind, because you know. You know, you heard, you trust that whatever will be expressed is the mind. It's not it. So. No doing, actually, and no undoing will do. Because if you undo, it means you believed in doing. It is based on that. You have really rather to, it's an indication, to keep quiet. Not to follow any trends of the mind. Let it be in doing, let it be in undoing. That's all. I mean, and the mind has this habit to want to recognize, you see. So one speaks of self-recognition. It's tricky. It's better when you are freed from this need to recognize. Even let it be the self-recognition. Be freed from that. Yeah.
It kind of stops me from asking a question. Like I feel I so much would love to talk to you and ask you questions. But,
Let's talk.
But what you say is like stops me because I know whatever I will ask, it will just come.
No,
out.
but then you know it's a knowledge. You trust that. So let it be your own knowledge. Let it be from really you because you have seen. So ask the question. Speak.
I don't know how to put it now. Maybe spontaneously, whatever comes.
Yeah,
but,
whatever.
I love so much Papaji because it has this easiness, like this, in the joking way, like fun, you know.
He was wonderful to make one laugh.
Yeah. And I have in this body-mind a lot of emotional, dramatic emotional things. And when it's high, it's very beautiful, like you can enjoy the height of it, but sometimes it goes up other side, you know? And then in those states, when it's down, how can I... It feels like I forget myself. And it takes over this emotional, dramatic
But you
thing.
see, even when you are high, you forgot yourself. I mean, it is an expression. Don't confuse the expression for whatever it is, for who you are in the sense of for what every living being is, you see, not personal. Any experience, let it be high, let it be low, is the mind. In that sense, I say, with no compromise. Don't compromise. You can enjoy the high, of course, but don't take it for what it is not. It's just high. It's enjoyable. It's a luck. But it's not it. The one who can see that you are. And the one who sees the low is the same. That you are. It's high. You see, when you are fixed on emotions, particular emotions, you can see it happens to your body or to your psychic. You see, to your psyche. So you can locate. You can locate where it happens. I don't see any other place where it can happen.
There's a misunderstanding that this emotions is who you are, you know? Like,
I know, that's
it's
why
very
I start like this. What you can learn, at least, it's what it is not. And whatever appears, it is not. And that difference will not be made once you are not in your mind, sure. Or better to say, once you are not tyrannized by your mind. The tyranny of the mind will show up anyway, freed or not, you see. But what the difference is that it will show up and then disappear. And if you still trust the mind, it will show up and then you will hook at it and make something out of that. I want to remove that idea that once you are freed from the tyranny of the mind, your mind will show up always in a high way. It will still, but it goes on change. That is its nature. Once you are freed from the tyranny, even though the life, personal life doesn't change, you see, but still we can say there is a profound tranquility about what is what. There is no more search about it should be this way or it's not yet this way, and all that talk is gone. And it's a big relief. Yeah, hi.
I would like to ask a question like about Papaji a little bit. I have some knowledge about him from books.
Yeah.
And
do you hear anything? A little louder.
That the teaching he was giving was about giving up other teaching and concepts and ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some concepts that he was, like at least what I understood from the book, that he was still attached to.
Like what?
Not eating non-veg food.
Don't forget he was a Brahmin from culture and family, ancestors.
So this is my question, are there any concept that kind of serves us even when we are not really...
You are always yourself, you eat meat or not.
Yeah, but how does it correspond to the teaching of letting go of concepts, that it's some kind of attachment that you kind of follow? It's from culture or the place you
No,
grew up?
he expressed his own disliking, that's all. He didn't impose his disliking, he expressed his own disliking.
But is it like this, that if there is some effort connected to that, then it's actually something that...
It's a concept you follow. Yeah. If there is any effort, it's because you believe it should be this way. Isn't it?
But in case there is no effort, it's actually not a big deal to
it's not
have
a big
this
deal.
concept attached to.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We find it confusing sometimes because I've had it said to me, speak from your heart, not from your mind. And yet I think I get confused, if I'm using words, can it truly be from my heart if I have to use words? I mean, sometimes I feel like a stream of consciousness where I'm not really thinking, it's just coming out. But then there was someone says to me, speak from your heart, and I think, well, I think I am speaking from my heart. And I just would like you to speak about that.
Don't swallow the doubts of somebody else. Are you ever somewhere else than in your heart to use a word? And I say be careful with the word because then it becomes a location suddenly, you see. It's just to say you can speak not always with your, not based always with your mind. You should always speak with your mind, but sometimes you don't base yourself in your mind and you still speak with your mind. I mean that. Never swallow the doubts of somebody else. Nobody knows exactly what's going on to the other, in the other. Nobody knows. Don't be afraid to express. And yourself you will see, okay, this is my bloody mind from the past. You will see yourself. Or you just let it express and vanish.
So it's in some ways more about speaking from the present rather than the past, than speaking from the mind versus speaking from the heart.
You have a complicated mind now.
Trying to figure it out.
Just speak. You see, it's all a question from where do you speak. If you have to speak about yourself or know yourself and all that subject, you will not speak from your mind. But if you speak things of the world, you will not speak like if you were speaking of the self or what is, which is unknown. You will speak about known things. So one shifts from where he speaks according to circumstances. Yeah, no problem about that. Of course, that becomes clear once you have seen what is the mind, after all. And left alone, freed from beliefs. You will not apply the language and the consideration of satsang if you are dealing with a relationship, you see. Then you are in your psychic, then you speak that language. Now, if the relationship for you looks like a problem to realize yourself, here you have to question what's the concept behind. So everything has his own universe.
surrender this false idea that there's something to be achieved or to get to. Whenever it comes, I also can check that I can never go anywhere or do anything. But still, I just wanted to surrender all ignorance.
You don't want to?
I just wanted to surrender all ignorance.
Why do you believe you have been ignorant at some point? Tell me now. Otherwise you speak of somebody who was ignorant and then because he learned well his lesson, then he's enlightened. Somebody is still there. You have to remove the idea you ever have been. We don't speak of the person now here. We speak of the nature of things, which is impersonal. Where this idea of ignorance is here, there is no idea of ignorance, nor of enlightenment. You can take it.
Yes, it is true.
Yeah.
Speak from your heart. No, again, because the idea of a me separate from everything is the mind. So speaking from the heart would mean speaking from presence, which means it's not personal. So we basically don't know what's going to come out of us if we don't try to hold on that, right? Is that concept of not a concept? Well, yeah, it's a concept of spontaneity.
The concept you have, I don't swallow.
No, I mean I have to use the word. But
I know,
basically,
I know. So, you tell again, without concept.
speaking from the heart.
Speaking from the heart.
Yes. Would mean
Is it,
having no clue
why,
of what's gonna go out.
what?
Would means being completely transparent and spontaneous and not having any.
Oh, you are so transparent that you can even see that. So you are not totally transparent. You cannot know what it is. So.
I know, but when you speak about noticing what it is not, it's that inquiry. So if I believe I'm speaking from my heart because I locate myself in that so-called me.
How can you know? How can you know? You would not have this question, you see, if it was so. Forget the heart. It becomes a new target to work on. Forget. Sometimes you see words are expressed, but they are expressed in a certain context which may work at some point. Now, if you make it a teaching about this, forget it. Forget the heart. And speak. If we make a teaching of what we already are, in fact, it is bound to be fake. Satsang is a spontaneous, ever-changing, ever-fresh indication for the one who asks for. You see, if you keep it as a teaching, then you will be misled, because then you can work on something. You cannot work on something. And unhappily, Advaita becomes a philosophy. It becomes a teaching, you see. So even that now is in the grip of knowing. So forget all the things. And see, dare to see. What's there if I dare to forget everything, including my search? Because what you are has to be just here now. Otherwise, it's not it.
But why could I hear that now and not before? That's what I mean. I
Ah,
had some teaching.
why? Don't ask why. Otherwise, you will be again in trouble.
Not really for me, but it's for also.
First think of you before thinking of others. Otherwise, you will be a fake teacher. You see, you have to forget the idea of helping others. Because once you are yourself, that's the help. That's the help. And what means to be yourself? To forget who you are as a person and the others too, you see. How Ramana helped? Just being himself. This idea of helping is also good, but then it's a teaching, it's a preaching, it is this and that, but it's not about who you are. Okay? And we may need to pass through this. It's not also an obligation. But here I say, any idea which rises is the mind which tells stories, which makes a movie. So don't be fooled by that. Yeah.
I heard you say in one of the videos not to make it a daily practice.
Not to make it?
Not to make it a practice in the life.
Ah. It was good then, but no. So what is your question? What is your question? What do you want to ask me?
I don't know then if I have a question.
But what is strange with that? There is a question about that. So what do you want?
Something I saw just a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So in the morning, when I just woke up and I sit out and so the mind is good for using in the life to
Sure.
make plans and to do things
Mhm.
eventually.
Mm.
So I was doing this, making a plan to the future, how to this, how to that. And then suddenly the mind, I can see it was, but something happened with emotions.
Which is also an aspect of the mind,
Yes. So there came a whole train of fear and doubt about, yes, but if you gonna do this, and,
yeah, I understand.
and
Yeah.
I saw it and I thought, well, I don't need this
Mhm.
because it doesn't help.
Okay, great.
So
So that's called waking up. You wake up in a natural way to what is. You see what is impermanent, what is not what you want to believe as truth, just to make you free a moment of the mind, make you free from the mind. I say, here and there, dedicate a moment. It comes naturally anyway if you come to Satsang and if you are preoccupied or fiery for this search. That will wake you up suddenly. Oh, what am I doing? No. That's enough. Otherwise, you will make it a state. So that's a great blessing. And that's never in the past. In your story, it happened in the past, but it's exactly here now too. So what was the most striking words of Papaji for you? Since you love Papaji, you said.
Like I read about him a little bit so far. It's not even much.
Okay, but it
Most
strikes
striking.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And what is it?
What was the most striking thing? I think his his ordinary life.
Is or
His kind of normal life.
Ah, yeah,
but, kind
his
of-
ordinary life. But you know, mind you, his ordinary life includes also extraordinary life.
yeah.
If you, yeah, it's intermingled. Yeah, what a relief! We have not to be terribly detached and terribly whatnot. And yet, all is there. All is there. Because there is also a danger now. As before there was this belief you have to be like a saint, and then this has been removed. Then now everybody wants to be ordinary, being free, but really very ordinary. And this is also a trap, you know. So.
I understood recently that when there's a part of you that is a bit in your way,
When a part of you is what?
is a little bit in your way, like against you, let's say like fear or doubt. I understood that that part of you just wants to be validated and recognized. But what do you do when that part comes
Again and again. Then you do it again and again. But you see also, if it is like obsessions, you can be helped also in the same realm. I mean, some people are good at it to help you for a while. It's like when you are too sick, then you go to someone who can help you just locally for a moment. Otherwise, again and again. And never forget that this again can be the last one. Whatever you can see is the mind. Belongs to the movie, to the person in the movie. Yeah. That will go on. And know yourself. Know yourself. Know that you are not only a person in the movie. To know who you are, was telling Socrates, you know. Gnoti seoton in Greek. The answer is totally there when you don't listen to your mind. When you don't consider anything that the mind will present. It is that easy. You just have to hear this. That's all. It is that easy. Because if you hear how you have to fix yourself, you have to transform yourself, this is a different path. It's not about know thyself. The answer is immediate, is totally sudden, the moment you don't listen to your mind. That's all.
My teacher says that exactly what you're saying, no? That this recognition can be immediate.
I don't speak of recognition, but it's immediate.
Or
Yeah.
this really
It's not the same. It's not the same. Put into question the word recognition. Immediate, I agree.
And then he also says that, but that there is a deconditioning process of the mind. And I
No,
don't
no,
know
mind
if
fuck for me. Mind fuck. Don't bring that here. But you can believe in that if you prefer, if it fits you. Not here. No. No teacher will speak the same. Don't fool yourself. If you prefer one, it's because it fits your demand. Every teacher will speak from where he knows. Okay? And it doesn't matter if it is not the same than another one. You go where it fits you. And don't mix. There is no papa or mama to love here. It's just for yourself. Otherwise, you will never make it. Or you will become the son of, the daughter of. Who wants to remain a daughter of? I want to be free. That's why I come to Satsang. Yeah,
So if you come here for yourself, to find yourself,
yeah.
not for the teacher, then it doesn't matter to which teacher you go.
Then why you come to someone? It is to listen, to have a guidance, isn't it?
Yes, about yourself. So it
Of
does-
course.
So it doesn't matter if I go to you or someone.
Well, if one goes you go to someone and says, you go to the west, and the other says, no, you go to the east, then what you will do? You will be confused, no?
But if
No,
all the
I don't
teachers
listen.
guiding
I
you-
don't listen. As a person, you may like this and that, or both, and this and that, and what. As a person, it's still in the movie. Satsang is exactly to just suddenly have an opportunity to drop the search, drop the movie, be freed, and to see it once it is enough. And then you do whatever you like in your life. And that can happen also anywhere. If the mind is quite confused or still needs clarity, there is satsang for it. That's all. Yeah? If somebody says there is a recognition and the other said there is no recognition, tell me now how you will do that. How you will, what makes it, what happens to you if you hear that? The perfect indication, there is a self-recognition. The other one says the perfect indication is there is no self-recognition even. What you do with that? If you go to both, what you do with that? Tell me now. Or you just come because you like the atmosphere and it is nice. you belong to something very nice. But if you come to be free, what you will do with those answers? Tell me.
You just drop it and keep quiet.
Ah. 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 Hallelujah. Very good. So both were needed for that. Very good. I love it. So again, Papa Mama is there. Bound for life.
Can I also get this joke? I want to also.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I want to get this joke that you're all having. I want to get this joke. Like I want to.
Ah,
also
you
laugh
want to
about.
get the joke. That's very difficult for me. Maybe you can go to Yeah.
You often say don't look at the mind or don't listen to it, and there's something that is, there's still some interest.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this interest can also be included in the mind because it's seen and can be like disregarded, or that's something, I don't know what else. But
There is no compromise. Whatever rises is the mind. Yeah.
It plays like it's an interest in the mind, but at the same time it is the mind itself that shows the interest.
What?
There rises still an interest in what is shown in the mind, but
Yeah.
is this also the mind itself, and it can be...
Yeah, for once you can maybe just leave it pass by.
Okay.
You don't need to always be hypnotized.
But the energy that is sort of hypnotized by it is also sort of witness, so can it be included in...
Yeah, but then you are a witness. Huh?
Yeah, so it can be included in what
Witness
is
too
the mind.
much. Yeah.
Okay. That was
Yeah.
what I want to
Yeah.
clarity.
Yeah. Be quieter than to be a witness. Actually, you have not to realize who you are, because you are it. You may have to realize what is the mind, because you are it already. There is no doubt about that. And of course, the owner of the mind is the mind also. That one was forgotten? Yeah.
I can see that all of my mind movement is because I'm trying to be somebody.
Yes.
Somebody who searches, somebody who finds, somebody who knows, somebody who doesn't know, doesn't matter. Inflated or deflated story.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
now-
don't need to go farther. From where you see that, that's what you are.
But what arises is now intense fear. There's so much fear in me, everything
Yeah,
is
because I
shifting.
told you not to go farther, but you go farther. It's enough to see that from where you see that, you keep quiet because it's what you are. So who cares then about the movie? Unless you search some solution in the movie. There are solutions, but not about that.
Fear, what to do
But
with
you
the
went
fear.
too far. You told me, what was it?
Something in me is trying to survive.
We all try to survive in this movie. And it's, I mean, what do you want? What do you want? Why are you in satsang?
Freedom. I want
Then why you speak of the movie? We are in freedom. Tell me. No, you tell me.
There is a belief that I'm bound.
Yeah, sure, that is the movie. And is it true?
I'm bound by this body.
In the movie? Yeah. And satsang is about what? Tell me.
Freedom from the mood.
So, because otherwise you always want to fix this movie, which is human and which is, of course, it's like that in the movie. But there is this, maybe, this strange search question, but who am I beside, beyond, prior to this movie? Is there anything? What is it? If that question, if that search is there, then you will be happy to maybe to hear something which is not in a movie. Movie you can't help. As long as this is alive, it will show up the way it has to show up to you. Okay. But it's about what? Why you come to satsang? Oh, finally there is. Oh, we are not the movie. Then who am I? Who am I? Who am I? The answer is where the question vanishes. Who am I? Give yourself a moment for that. Yeah, we are busy in this movie, of course. I mean, this body is busy, is alive, this mind. It's movement. No? The river flows. Who am I? all your question is taking I for granted as a base, and then you ask the question, which is totally normal because it will be in the objective world, in the movie. But you see, the satsang tries to show you that I itself is an ocean, it's a rising thought. I itself. Don't go farther. So if you see that I is also a thought, can you see that? I is a thought.
Yeah, that's where
So,
the fear comes.
don't go farther. It's enough to say I is a thought. Okay. So from where do you see that? What is it? From where? No, tell me. Tell me in words. From where? Nowhere. And if you have preoccupations with I, it is somewhere. It is somewhere. It is I am. I exist. I am this and that. There is a base, I. So you just shift. You should just shift, which is not a shift because you are always nowhere. And how long I can stay nowhere? Now let's see. Not even 2-3 breaths. How long? Something before I... Everybody good? Thank you.